Today we're going back in time to a simpler time where games could fit on a floppy disk and were under 1 megabyte. We're going back and we're playing the Amiga 500. I had an Amiga 500. The Amiga 500 came in a box like that. Look at that. There you go, it's an Amiga 500. This was at Christmas morning. I think I ripped open the packages to a Commodore Amiga 500. It looked like medical equipment on the get-go, and it had this kind of creamy tinge to it, that like it'd been left in the sun. But it was exciting. I didn't know what it was until we set it up. This, there you go. So there's wires and a big nasty looking keyboard in the bottom, and what seemed to be grills at the back, like as if this thing generated heat. But yeah, and a huge power adapter. And of course it didn't come with a monitor or anything like that. Back in these days you would have a CRT monitor, one of those big things you have to connect your PC into if you're lucky. I played on black and white for such a long time with this console. It was in black and white, and it was black and white, and I had Coral Draw. This one came with deluxe paint. I think this was my version. I think I had the Batman pack, but I didn't have this really nice exterior to it. I had the Quavers. Oh no, did I have the Quavers? I can't remember. There's Quavers that did one as well. It might have come and looked like this. I'm trying to really digging back in my memory now. What did it look like? Coral Draw, and what we're going to be playing today, we're going to be playing New Zealand Story, which was, I think, was like one of the poster child for Amiga. Look more like this. Look at that. I think I had that as well. And with my Amiga, it came with this controller. This controller would squeak so loudly. You move this thing left and right, it would squeak all the time. Doesn't matter how much oil you put in there, it would squeak. This thing would start coming apart. If you start playing racing games, the whole unit would slowly start uncrumbling in your hands. But I had one that held on, and then I upgraded to something like this. This is like the poster child, or something that was quintessential for the symbol of joystick. Was this? I think it's like a fighter pilot joystick. Big red button at the top, sticky things at the bottom of these four corners. You'd stick it to the table and could make that kind of noise when you took it off. Look at this. I can't remember. No. I think it was originally this thing that came with it. Stick it in the side. And of course they came on floppy disks. As you can see here, these floppy disks that if you don't put back in their sleeves and just dump into a drawer, these little metal things would get intertwined with each other, like lock in, and then you just rip it off and that's the end of that game. Back in these days, games were really easy to copy. I never copied anything, but I think I got a copy of Jaguar XJ500 from a dubious background, which I played. And the things you need to know about this console, yes, whole games would fit on these discs, 1 megabyte, which gives you an idea of the quality of what games you're going to see here today. Some of these were fun, some of these were dog torrid. Let me give you an idea. This is a plethora of some of the games. So many games came out on this console. To find out what games were good and bad, I think there was an Amiga, let's have a look, Amiga Magazine, I think Amiga Addict, look at that, even as ugly as hell. To the console, Zool, that was that game. That was Alien, I think. But yeah, and I think there was you get like, I'm trying to remember now. I think you got free demos on the front of a magazine. Or that was PC. I'm digging back. No, Amiga 1. There you go. I think I even had that. There you go. You got free CDs on the front. Early copies of Mortal Kombat were on this thing. Oh my god, and I'm gonna play through so many. Retro Gamer, no, it wouldn't come out. Retro Gamer wouldn't come out when I was young because it wouldn't be retro. Yeah, I'm just enjoying Felix the Cat. God, look at it. There you go. So you'd read the small print, find out what free games you got, and to be honest, you only need was the demo because these games were so expensive when they came out. And plus, like, there's a Toys R Us. This is before times like Electronics Boutique and stuff like that. You used to go to Toys R Us. There's a Toys R Us. There'll be shelves and shelves of games like on the side, and when you go to Toys R Us, and there'll be a shelf of all the games. But there'll be two different Amigas. There'll be Amiga 500 and I think the Amiga 1200. And of course, you pick the wrong game out. Your dad would drive you to Toys R Us. You say you can have a game. You pick one out just from the cover alone, right? So there's no intelligence that went into this. This is you go into the shop, you pick off one of these games, and I always used to pick something that had a man with a gun on the front. How do I zoom in? Oh god, web file, thanks. Yeah, so you'd pick a game, usually by the cover, and you get home and realize it doesn't work because you have the wrong version of the game. They came in little cardboard boxes, and you used to be able to read the back cover on the way back. Not PC style boxes, but like what size were they? Like a big black wallet, like a man would have. Big manly black wallet. Those were the kind of sizes that these games would come in, and used to play them. And I love this. I can look at this all day. I'm trying to think of what my brain would be thinking. Oh, there's Captain Planet up there. Captain Planet, Phase HQ, the Lamborghini Countach on the front. But of course, without reading the magazine, you would never know what's good and what's bad, and also if your computer could run it, because these games would crash a lot. But today we're going to be playing New Zealand Story. This is one of the first games I got. I've had to use an emulator for this. This is called FSUAE Launcher, and an emulator. I don't care if it's illegal. I'm playing